are you showing off? Wow.
I love Trump. I love my Patriots. I love my Hey, good morning. 73 today, product of 1951. And if there's any women as old as me that dare to show their face and come on and don't have a little sense, click the link. It's dropped. First of all, I want to mention pool stick. First of all, I have to show that my candle is lit. See, Tammy? I'm burning the candle you got. I got these daffodils yesterday. And now I want to talk about pool stick for a minute. Hi, Hard Timer. I've missed you. Where you been? Anyway, pool stick, I have to say this to you because you're such a fucking idiot. You don't get nothing through your head, but you using the tragic death of a child that you don't know and has nothing to do with you or your stupid family need to shut up. You have no common sense. You have hung your rack to a Cuban, and good luck with that Cuban invasion, because she's driving what few decent people you had out. You have hooked up with the vilest bottom of the bottom feeders. And you know what Napoleon said, since you're such an expert on history, Mr. Poolstick? Don't fuck with your enemies when they're making mistakes. Not in those exact words, but close. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you die. Don't mention the child again. Don't do it. I don't care what anybody does to you. That is no reason to drag a child, period, let alone one that had a tragic death. And you know nothing about animals because you don't own an animal. You're friends with an animal, Maria, but you don't know anything about dogs, cats, or anything else. So you keep your mouth shut about things you know nothing about. I guess you could talk about being a punk in prison. You might know something about that. You know something about being an alcoholic. And don't worry about my grandma meth and my tits hanging to the floor. That's none of your business either. And I heard you say, shut the fuck up and get out of your face. Well, pool stick, grab your little pool stick and your raggedy fucking ass with no dick and come here and make me shut up. Because I've had bigger and better men than you try, and I'm still talking, and none of them are in jail because I'm not a cop caller. That was awful how he used it. I know, and he's still doing it. He was doing it yesterday. The child is totally innocent. I don't care what stand-up guy does or did. You have no business using a child day after day. You can go ahead and show MRE's picture. That's a fucking joke, too. Everything you do is a damn joke. But you tell me to shut up? You're going to make me shut up? Prove it. Prove it, big boy. That's absolutely right, Hard Timer. That's facts. And now I want to tell you about one of my birthdays. I am 73 today, born in 1951 in Geneva, New York. I got this lovely cup from Tammy. Sharon, get up here so you can help with this story. Get up here. I got the thing turned, so you ought to show. Oh, why that ring light's showing. There we are. Anyway, let me see, Hard Timer. I'll push him up the facts. I got this cup from Tammy, and it says, "You're the sister I got to choose." And I told you the story about my twin sisters. I'm not going to go on there again. But I get this cup all set up. I put my green one up, cleaned it, got this one ready to go, got my snap in there. Not a gram pool stick. I wish I had a gram, but I don't. Anyway, maybe Rolex will bring me some if he ever gets up off the floor and quit sucking on my nipple. And who's that? Arlene Morlino. Thank you, Arlene. Anyway, Tammy got me this cup. I had it all ready, had to snap in it, had to drink in it, and I walk out to the kitchen, and I'm just sucking like crazy through this straw, and everybody knows I can suck a goddamn head off a nail. And I said, Sharon, I don't like this damn cup Tammy got me. I can't, it's hard to suck. And so she's looking at it, and it had this little ring thing right here, and she says, Terry, that ring thing goes in the bottom. And I said, okay. And she showed me how to do it. And when I went to lift the straw out, guess what came out of the straw, people? This. This was shoved in the straw, so I was sucking tea through this brush. And of course, my snap was getting all up in them. Lick all that off and get it off. Hi, Dana. So I'm sucking and sucking and sucking, and I was sucking through this straw cleaner. And we laughed and laughed. I could not believe that I couldn't get no tea up through this thing. Thank you, Dana. Oh, and I just want to say something about the big breakup between Chicago and Pullstick. I am so happy. I want Pullstick to be left alone with that Cuban, and they can have the Cuban invasion with just the two of them. Because anybody that would use a child's tragic death over and over has absolutely no brains, no empathy. He's a drunk. He dares to say that I use a gram of meth a day. No, I'm sorry, I don't. Pullstick gets it all. Hi, Simply, Sophie. Okay, now we're going to hear some stories. Oh, me and Sharon are going to give FBS a little law class first. We're not lawyers, but we've both been involved with FBS. The case is over. It's dismissed, you stupid imbecile. I have been a victim 3 times of DV. I never called the cops. The neighbors called the cops 1 time. In fact, 2 times. The time I was in the hospital, the doctor actually called the cops. The time I was in the hospital, he just come up to my ear and said, "You better drop this right now or I'll kill you and your family." So anyway, he left and went, "Hi, Clark. She killed those fucking dogs, Clark." And anyway, the doctor called the Texas Rangers, whoever the hell they were, state troopers, whatever. They had cuffs on my number 3 husband, number 2, maybe number 2. I think it was, no, it was 3. And my daughter's father. And they were going to getting ready to take him to jail because the doctor said it looked like domestic violence to him. It didn't look like I fell and hit a chair. So when they brought him in there in cuffs, he had my daughter, and she was about 5 or 6. And he come up by my ear and he said, "You need to let this lay where it is or you're going to blah, blah, blah." So I wouldn't press charges. I wouldn't do nothing. The doctor got mad. The cops got mad. They cannot make you do anything if you don't want to. And FBS, you're the one that brought the charges on Johnny Mack. You did, you stupid idiot. So you had to be there, you stupid idiot. You think the state is going to go ahead with a stupid ass case like you had when I was in intensive care? And then Sharon can tell you about CJ nearly choking me to death. She saved my life on that one. Nobody called no cops. But the time the neighbors did, I was pretty much beat up. And when the cops came, I said, no, it's just an accident, blah, blah, blah. Well, the DA called me up, FBS. They could have went ahead and done the charges because there was actual damage done to me, unlike you who was laughing and going in the back of an ambulance and let me spread this blood around so it'll look worse. You're pathetic. You're a pathetic sack whore. That's all you are, and you don't know how to drink. You need to get one of them tumblers. Maybe you could drink quieter. So the DA gets a hold of me. "Well, we're going to file charges on your husband whether you want me to or not." And it was a fucking woman. It was a woman DA. And I said, "Well, you go ahead and file them then, Miss DA, but you're going to file them without me testifying. You better hope you got enough evidence." Because the only evidence they had was the neighbors calling and me being beat up. Well, guess what, FBS? They didn't take up the charges. They didn't do nothing. So what in the world makes you think you didn't have to show up and you're trying to blame it on some court person? If you're a victim and it's happened to you, you have to be there, or 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do nothing because it costs them money. There's no chance of a conviction if the victim's not even willing. I said, "You can subpoena me, oh, Miss DA, but I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go up there and say we were just fooling around. So good luck with that, DA. But you have to be there, you idiot, to blame it on a court clerk. You didn't have a case anyway. Any judge would have seen you in the back of that ambulance making a fool out of yourself. They wouldn't take it up for you. What are you, a joke? And your goddamn people in your chat trying to say, well, that was a miscarriage. They had miscarriage or nothing. You have to show up if you're a victim. Fools, all of you. If you're still in his chat, there's something wrong with you anyway. Now, Sharon, tell them about you. She was a defendant. I've been the victim.
Years ago, this girl was messing with my man.
I wanted to pull her through a fucking window of a car. And she filed charges on me, assault charges on me. I went to jail. I had my time in court. And when I went to court, she didn't show up. So they dismissed the charges on me. So, you've got to show up for court or they don't do shit.
That's right, FBF. You're talking to a victim and a defendant. Guess what? If you don't fucking testify, if you don't show up, they're going to drop the charges because yours was a joke anyway. My fucking eye looked worse than you, idiot. And then Pool Stick posted my DV picture. What'd you do that for, Pool Stick? I've never said a damn word about your stupid ass family. Never. You just use that for convenience to drag a tragic death of a child that is totally innocent. If it's between you and stand-up guy, keep it between you and him. You don't have to drag families into shit. I have never done that. Even though your Cuban invasion friend, Maria, posted my granddaughters for no fucking reason whatsoever. Ask her what I did to her goddamn family ever. Nothing. And I still haven't. Hey, Miss Terry, good to see you. William Brooklyn, good to see you. Now, what was the other thing? Got the brush out of the way. Oh, tell them about the time you saved my life. This was number 5.
Terry called me earlier and said, hey, won't you come on over? I said, okay, I'll be over in a little bit. Well, I get over, her and Carl's fighting, of course. But when I got there, I knocked on the door. Nobody answered, so I just walked in. When I walked in, Carl had her choked down. She had already passed out. And I told him, I said, you either let her go or I'm calling the cops on you. And he didn't know I was there until I said something. When I said that, he let her go. And just luckily, Terry took a breath. I knew she'd be okay then. Of course, she couldn't talk for a while.
I couldn't talk for a month after that.
For a while. And sometimes that's heaven. But
tell him what he said, that I just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I told her, I said, Carl, what are you doing that shit for? Well, she wouldn't shut up. And that was the only way I could get her to shut up. I said, there's no reason for that. It is when she won't shut up. And he left.
Still, no cops got called FBS, you fucking pussy ass bitch. Can you imagine a DA gonna press charges against somebody with his flim-flam little thing? And you're not gonna get nothing out of that civil suit either. The only people that's gonna get money out of a civil suit are the attorneys. Because they're a joke. You don't have nothing. You were begging people to come to your house, offered them $1,400 to come. You got what you got. I don't give a fuck. And then you said there was 15, 20 people there doing this and doing that. You are a joke. You don't know how the system works. That's obvious to me. You don't know how it works. I had a DA threaten me, that woman over in Canton, say, well, we're going to pick up the charges. Pick them up, bitch. You'll pick them up without me testifying. And they didn't even pick it up. And I had neighbors willing to come over there. The neighbors didn't see nothing. They heard shit. They didn't see nothing. So without me, they didn't have any. So you think that DA is going to ride for you when you couldn't even show up at your own case? Don't be blaming it on some court worker. It's you being stupid like you are about everything. And I'm so glad you and Pool Stick are back together because you're the perfect fucking low-life couple. And you can hang out there with that fucking Maria too because she's a piece of shit. Hey, Sharon, that's William at Brooklyn. Okay, now we're going to tell a truck driving story.
Okay, what do y'all want to hear? Something about truck drivers? Well, I was one for 25 years. First one I ever encountered was I used to pick up hitchhikers. Fun.
Lumpers, they call them.
Well, they call them lumpers, but they're hitchhikers is what they are. I took them. They did their job. They stay on the road with me for a couple of weeks. They wanted to go home. I took them home. And it was fun. And there was times when out there, everybody thinks truck drivers make money. Yeah, they do. If they stay on the road, keep that left door closed and keep on trucking. But, I make plenty of money out there. But I always had something to spend it on. And miss my family, miss my friends and stuff like that. And there was times I had a wreck back in 2011. totaled the truck out, but it wasn't my fault, of course.
Hi, yeah, boy.
And it's been fun. It was fun out there for 25 years.
I want you to tell
The
the
long
story
chain.
about the wonderful. You'll be interested in this pool stick since you're so worried about my fucking drug use. Shit,
Oh, okay. Years
the
ago,
Lodi.
years
Right.
ago, we could do just about anything out there. We were on paper logs. You could do whatever time you want to.
Can't be wrong.
I had one guy that I teamed with. We went to California. He picked up some good shit.
You thought it was good.
It was good shit to me because I went 3 days without going to sleep.
I'm talking about that.
I'll get that to you too. And you made me lose my train of thought. Oh,
You came back.
we got it. We come back with it, and then we went back out to California and we got some more. But he went and got another truck with another
Not
driver.
that.
I will tell you that one in a minute. Just hold your horses.
Well, you're going to get me.
Calm
I'm
down.
supposed to keep you up. I want to hear about the good shit you brought.
I will
with
in a
the
minute.
Sleep and egg pizza.
I will in a minute. So shut up. And then we got some more. He got some hallucinogenic shit. And we left. We got to I noticed the truck wasn't moving. When I finally told him I had to lay down, go to sleep. Wasn't moving. I get up. We're in a rest area. He's nowhere inside. I had to go looking for him. He's in the bushes with his binoculars looking around, swear up and down that the cops were following us. We were in a totally different state. Then, after all that happened, he died of, what would I tell you it was?
Something from a jet.
Staph infection.
Dirty needles and shit.
And then me and my ex-husband, one of my ex-husbands went and got some stuff one time. Supposed to have been some good shit, but yeah, right. It wasn't very good because I went to.
Wait a minute. No, Miss Cam, she doesn't still drive. She's retired. That's why we're getting to spend time together, because we're both retired.
Now one time with me and Shorty, the one that was on the hallucinogenic shit, he was a bull hauler. Of course, we were doing drugs and shit. All the other bull haulers went home. We were at the yard.
A bull hauler is a truck driver that hauls cattle and livestock, in case you don't know.
And thank you. And when we were at the yard one time, his boss man said, y'all can do whatever you want to. Well, I cleaned up their damn shop. And I told him I was still bored, still needed something to do. I said, I think I'll go out there and clean the other drivers' trucks up. Of course, they never locked them up there. We went in there, opened their doors. Then I got a screwdriver. We used to buy these little caps that goes on the lights. I had all their lights changed on their dash, on every truck out there. There's about 5 trucks out there. I changed all the lights to different colors. They had rainbows on their, they'd say on their lights on the inside. They were bitching, but it didn't take them long to switch them out when we got out on the road. But then I went out there with one of my ex-husbands, went out and got some, brought home, and that shit you go right off to sleep with.
She was bragging to me first. Let me tell the story. I got some good shit from Lodi. Man, it's some good shit. We did it.
We both went.
Ate a large pizza and fell asleep. That's how fucking good that was. Don't bring no more of that good shit from California.
No.
I'll take some shake and bake from right here in good old Texas.
Then there was other times. What was the other ones that I told you?
About Emmett. Flirt with that waitress.
Well, I got on the truck with another guy I teamed up with another guy. Well, we winded up in Vermont, close to the Canadian border. I think it was Champaign. Might have been, I don't remember. But it was in Vermont, right on the.
Hey, I
Right.
dropped the link. Miss Can't Be Wrong. Go scroll up, or I'll try to drop it again, and you can come up here. Let me drop it again. Go ahead and talk, Sharon. It'll take me a minute.
And they, how would you say, we went to his truck stop. Of course, he always flirted with all the waitresses anyway. First time he done that with that old girl, he took me to a motel and dropped me off. He said, I'll be back in a little while. He took off, went back up the truck stop, picked up a waitress until I didn't know it till the next morning. And when I got got back up the truck stop, that waitress walked up to him and said, well, I had a real lovely time last night. Pissed me off. I told him, I said, I got to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom. I went out to the truck, packed my shit in the truck, because there was like a McDonald's right down the road from this truck stop. I go down there and sit, and I watched him come out of the truck stop, get in the truck, got in his truck, and went down the road. You met about 20 minutes later, he come back, parked on the lot, and he went back in the truck stop. I'm sitting there watching it, and then he comes back out, and he gets in the truck and goes in a different direction. And he left. 20 minutes later, he came back. When he came back, I noticed he was looking down toward the McDonald's. He looked down there and he saw me sitting outside at one of the tables. He come down there and he said, don't you ever do that to me again. He said, he said, I only mentally abuse you. These men out here will fucking abuse you, physically abuse you. Well, I guess I wasn't too scared. But I told him, I said, all I want you to do is take me home. Well, we left Vermont, needless to say, I went home, of course, back to Texas. Then there were times that, he bought roses for waitresses and shit like that. He didn't give me not one.
Wait, we're bringing somebody up. It is Hard Timer. Okay. Wait, how am I getting him up there? He's in the back, but I don't know how to. He's showing up. There you go. I got you. I got you, Hard Timer. You should be coming up.
I don't know.
I don't see him, but I had him come up. He's in the backstage. Hard Timer.
Hi.
There you are.
Good morning.
There you go. Hey, there's a truck driver, Sharon.
Hey,
Yeah,
fellow American.
I'm in New Mexico right now, Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. You're in Albuquerque. I've been through there many a time. Oh, yeah. I didn't hear him.
Are you talking or did we lose you?
I don't know. I just said I was in.
No, I hear you just fine. Sharon can't hear you good, but she's got. It's good to see you, Hard Timer. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Good to see you as well.
I got a friend, Nancy, that lives in Albuquerque right now. Sharon knows her too.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I'm on my way to Fremont, California.
I can't hear what he's
Fremont, California.
Oh, been there too? I've been all 48 in Canada, so.
Right on.
There ain't a place I ain't never been.
I wanted to come up.
Who you
and
driving
meet you.
for?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Oh,
But
you can't?
I
Okay.
will, but I will
Okay.
tell you, I came on to, wanted to say happy birthday. You're as real as it gets. You tell the truth. I respect your honesty. Yeah. And, who can have any respect for a rat? You know what I
That's
mean?
right. And all these mob tubes are supposed to be anti-cop callers, and every fucking one of them is called cops. I'm a real deal. I have never called a cop. Never posted a family. Never used children as ammunition against people. The only one, and I'm not on a team. I'm Team Terry Time.
100%.
Oh, I gotta have you. Presley is not saying good morning. He's saying, Hyena told me what he's saying. He said, fuck you. Oh, okay. Does that make you want to get back in the truck, Sharon?
I'd like to take a ride. I couldn't drive no more. They took my license away from me.
Tell them why, what you did. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I missed that road.
On the road again. I feel like playing some music. I feel like being that
Kinda
stupid
looks
baby.
like 40 to me.
Yep, that's 40. You got that right.
She's got it right. This is neat, having a truck driver, and go truck drivers that are boycotting New York City. Truckers for Trump, 100%.
I didn't even have New York City in my atlas.
Tell them about the time you went.
Oh, first time I ever drove into, the George Washington Bridge, right? Well, first time I ever drove, my ex-husband, I was teaming with him, and he said, "You sure you don't want me to drive through here?" I said, "No, I'll take it." You know that curve, it's right on the other side of the George Washington Bridge? Well, needless to say, when I went over it, I wasn't doing too slow. As soon as I jumped the bridge, I was just cruising. That curve come up and I wasn't ready for it, and I took the whole highway. People began to stop. I was surprised they stopped. But that scared him, my ex-husband, scared the hell out of me too. But I don't know if it scared the other people or not. They all stopped. But after that, I never went back to New York City.
I was just in New York City I left last Sunday. I got there for a Tuesday morning 4 a.m. delivery to Times Square. I delivered to the address 1 Times Square. A bunch of windows. They're doing a big renovation on one of the buildings in Times Square there. So yeah, I know all about how tight it gets down there for sure.
You know where Little Jamaica or Jamaica, New York is?
Jamaica Queen.
I've been there many a times. What about Hunts Point?
Yeah, I've been to Hunts Point. You must have pulled a reefer if you went to Hunts Point.
What do you say?
You said you must have hauled a reefer if you went to
Yeah, at that time I was hauling reefer. Yeah. They told us, the guy I was teaming with, he told me, he says, "Whatever you do, you don't stop at none of the stop signs or red lights." So we went in there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, "Do not stop whatsoever." Well, dumbass me stopped at the first stop sign because he was asleep. I stopped because there was a cop at one of the corners, and that cop jumped out of his car and he kept waving me to go on. Tear my ass, keep going. Because then I got told that somebody can pull up behind your truck and clean your trailer out before you even get to the market.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I know something.
Oh yeah, you're a real one.
Oh yeah, she was driving for 25 years. Then she started driving solo, and she had to learn to back up.
Oh God, that was fun. I never knew how to back up until like the last 10 years. And the guy I was teaming with, he kind of quit. And I told the boss, I said, "Well, I guess I'm going to quit." And he said, "Oh, no, you're not. I'm seeing you somebody that's going to teach you to back up." He said, "I trust you with my equipment." I said, "Okay." He took me down the road. He says, "Now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to back up." Okay, tell me what to do. He told me how to do it. I backed into a hole. He said, "Now you're backing up, so you're on your own now." One time.
That's it. Yeah, all right. What kind of equipment were you driving back then?
Tell him what kind of equipment you were driving. Name them, the trucks.
The name of the truck?
Didn't you say the company and the name of the truck?
Well, I drove Peterbilt. I drove Kenworth. I drove Freightliners. I drove a Ford and a Mack.
Okay.
So yeah, 15 from, what is it, 9? I know it was like 15 speeds on a bunch of them, 13s and 15s.
Have you ever heard of the term curb sniffer? A curb sniffer truck?
No.
Well, that's what they call all these new trucks out here anymore, curb sniffers, because they're not square front ends anymore. So they all go down towards the curb, right? So they call them curb sniffers.
They don't have long noses anymore. He said they have.
Oh, really? Well, that's what I ever drove was that damn KW, though. I love the KW like you wouldn't believe.
W9 probably is what you drove, yeah?
Like I said, 2011, I totaled out a Freightliner, and totaled out a Freightliner in 2011. Then when I got my KW, my ex-husband was in there, and we were hauling ass through Meridian, Mississippi. We were on our way to Birmingham. There was 2 or 3 of us going down through there, and we were all hauling ass. We were doing over 100 miles an hour. We don't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. Damn companies suck, I'm telling you. So now, when I got in a 58-mile-an-hour truck, I thought I was going to die before I got to the other end. But it was
I
great.
mean, you can't even buy a, you know, they charge you more for manual transmission trucks now. All trucks come off the line, they're all automatic now, believe it or not.
What do you say?
You said you can't even buy a truck that's not automatic now.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
First automatic I was ever in. I know what they can do with them damn automatics. First automatic I had, they sent me to the damn paper mill. And you know how when you're knocking trash off, how they're real, it's real thin to get into the dock, you know, real narrow. I got that son, but I had to pull up, back up, keep from hitting the other trucks. And when I finally got it to the dock, the fucking truck died, and it wouldn't crank until that transmission cooled down. I called Wrecker out there.
Yeah.
But I heard that the automatics are better now than what they were, but I never would trust another one. So the last company I drove for, they were getting automatics in.
Yeah, good for shit. Good for shit. Well, listen, I just wanted to come on and say happy birthday, Terry, and you know, so have a great day, and you guys take care today. All right, stay out of trouble.
Thank you, hard timer. Anytime.
All right.
I imagine Sharon appreciates having another truck driver come up. Thank you, Miss Can't Be Wrong, 73 years old today. I am issuing a challenge to any women that are at least in their 70s to show their face and come on up and run their mouths. Because I'm tired of these pipsqueak 30-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds making fun of how I look. I don't have a filter on, people. This is how I fucking woke up today. And Pool Stick, I don't do a gram of meth a day, thanks to you. Rolex is around. He needs to bring me some. According to Pool Stick, he's my drug. Let me get this minute. And learn how to drink quietly. That was so great having Hard Timer come up here. If anybody else wants to come up here, grab a link. I'm going to put it back in there again. Maybe the more I do it, the better I'll get back. Go ahead and tell them about the...
Which one?
I'm trying to think. What you and Ray... About Ray bringing that crazy lot lizard home.
One of my last truck driver, well, was one of my ex-husbands. I told him I could take it. Well, what brought it on was we were coming into Lindale, Texas on 20. And I noticed the truck was lugging. I was sleeping. I noticed it was lugging. And I got up and he was asleep behind the wheel driving. And evidently his foot got light. He went off an off ramp, went through a red light, went on back out on the interstate. How he did that, I'll never know.
Right, boy.
And when I got back on the interstate, I hollered at him. I told him, I says, pull this sucker over because I'm gonna.
I don't mean that. I mean about the lot lizard.
Yeah, I will. That goes on with it.
Well, I don't really have nothing to do with
And
it.
I got him back on. I took over driving again. Well, I told him I was quitting because I wanted to live a little bit longer. And so I stayed at home, and because we were close to home. I stayed at home. He went on to California. Next thing I know, a week or two later, some woman come knocking on the door. She had her suitcases and all with her. She said, Ray live here? I'm like, yeah. Well, he told me that I can move in with him and all this stuff. And I said, did you know he had a wife? No, he didn't tell me he was married. I said, well, he'll be home tomorrow. I took her to a motel, put her in a room. Ray come in. I said, somebody at the motel wants to see you. Who? I took him up to the motel. He goes, I don't know that woman. I said, yes, you do. Needless to say, I left him. And
Well, the woman come over here looking for him after you and Ray were broke up. She come over here looking for Ray. She was a dingbat. Now, I am a decent lot lizard. I'm not crazy. I'm in it for the money, and that's it.
Well, them lot lizard days are over with.
Yeah, I know they're pretty much over with.
But hell, you women that are young can get out there and work that
That's
lot.
right. Ain't no
You
sense
make
me
some
sitting
money.
home broke, begging for money on
Yeah.
the damn YouTube. Get out there and make some money. Get your money shaker out there and use it. Cutting down people for being strippers, cutting down people for being poor. At least I never was on here begging for no damn money. And I show my damn face and I admit that I do drugs. I'm not a fake. I've never called a cop, or you motherfuckers would have looked it up years ago and found it. And there's BB. Hi, BB from Virginia. And Hyena told me what Presley is saying. He is not saying good. Ow, you little. Woo! Now here's how a mob guy or a thug acts, like this little boy right here. Not a sissy. Don't you bite me again, little man. Don't you do it. I love you so much. I love you so much. I know. Presley. God. I think I need to be on the Snake Channel with this dog snapping and biting like a retic. He's always cranky, Miss Can't Be Wrong. This dog has tried to bite me since the day I got him 18 years ago. He has never liked me.
He liked me better than her until she got him to wanting to bark at me.
And he doesn't know
Yes,
that
he
I
does.
protect him, because if I didn't, Hyena, Boogie, all those dogs that he terrorizes would kill him. But I save his life, but he doesn't care. Back in the day. What do you mean, Miss Can't Be Wrong back in the day? I don't know how come that thing's up there.
Yeah, he fathered a lot of pups.
He's made me a bunch of money. He shoots the golden bullet, people. Or he did. I don't think he does now.
He tried, but he still.
Child, I had a man come by here yesterday. I had to.
Yeah, Terry had a man come by.
Yes, I did. Oh, yes. I'm 73. I'm still getting me the man pool stick. I know you want to get men like I do, but from them last crotch shots I got of you, maybe.
I'll give it.
Maybe. Sharon's seen it too. I got 2 more of you.
I tell you what, now, if a man comes over for me, all he's got, he's gonna leave, because that ain't even gonna. That won't even satisfy a hole in the wall.
That's right. I'll always have men, but I got a special man now, Paul. And Paul, if you see this, I love you, baby. I think about you all the time. All the time. I just have to do what I do because boring me. I'm kind of out of wanting to get with extra men, though. I don't mind Rolex coming down here and sucking on my nipples and laying on the floor and shit. That don't bother me. Because after all, he brings me the math. That's what Pool Stick. And Pool Stick, you're so saviored over your chat. You won't let anybody say a bad word about Maria. But Rolex went in there and called you out. And you started talking all kinds of shit on him, got on his Facebook. Now, how was he hurting your family? Exactly, Pool Stick. And now that I've straightened the law out for you, FBS, give it up. The fucking case is dismissed. You didn't care enough about it to show up because you know you're a goddamn joke. You're a joke. Sharon has seen me fucking black and blue more than I haven't been. Oh, tell them about your jail thing.
Oh, which one? The truck on the truck?
How many times you, not the one where you got dismissed, the one on the truck.
Yeah.
In Arizona. Tell them where it was.
Well, one of the guy that I was on the truck with, he decided to party the night before. And he left 2 beers in the cooler. Of course, I had to start driving the next morning because I didn't drink back then. Well, we left. We were in Arizona. We were cutting through Buckeye, Arizona. I was hauling ass down that 2-lane road. Hauling ass, and the cop was coming at me, and I didn't see him in time to down my speed. He turned around, got me, pulled me over. And, of course, Emmett had logbook violations, tickets back for a while, so they gonna arrest him. But then they wanted to search the truck. Well, they found the 2 beers in the cooler, and since I was driving, it was on me. Well, he says, I told him, I said, why are you going to take me to jail? He said, because it's illegal to have alcohol in the cab of a truck unless it's on the bill of lading. Well, I wrote 2 cans of beer on the bill of lading. I was being a smart ass. Well, they needless to say, threw the handcuffs on me, and I went to jail for 3 days in Arizona jail. He got his family to send the money to get us out $1,500 to get us out of jail, both of us. Well, when they let us out, we went to a motel, cleaned up. After being in jail for 3 days, I had to get cleaned up. And we left and we hitchhiked all the way back to Mobile, Alabama. We hitchhiked, got back to Mobile, and the next week, that $1,500 was mailed back to me from the Arizona jail. I don't know why it was sent back to me, why it wasn't sent to him. But that was all right. We got to pay back his family to give us the money to get us out. But never had to go to court or nothing like that. Now, I've had tickets for radar detectors and stuff like that, $500 for it, but that ain't never going to happen again either. But there's just so much. What else would you like to know about?
Them lumpers. You picked up more than one of them.
I picked up what, 3 lumpers?
I
One
don't.
of them wasn't a lumper. He cleaned the wheels of the truck. He got up there and cleaned the wheels of my truck. I told him, I said, I ain't got no money to give you. And he's like, well, can you take me somewhere? I said, where you want to go? He said, California. Hell, I was in North Carolina. Well, needless to say, I took him to California. Then there was one I felt sorry for down in Texas, down South Texas. I felt sorry for him because he didn't have no place to stay and all that shit. That's why I said, you can stay in the truck if you want to. He said, well, I'll get the money paid back as soon as they send me my money. Somebody was going to send him some money to get him home. Well, next morning, he got his money and hauled ass. So that was a joke.
And we're going to be doing some more recipes too. Tammy's meatloaf is coming up. Crystal's chicken spaghetti. What was the other thing? That stew that I found I can't. Yeah, we're going to do a cake from
It's bad enough she had to make her own birthday cake last night.
Yes, I did. I had to make my own birthday cake, and I was very mean to the guy that brought me these flowers. Very mean. But I am kind of a mean person. I'm kind of going to try to stay true to Paul. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to try it, people. It'll be my first time. I'm going to try. And I had a good start yesterday. My gamma, it's Hannah on Mom's page. I wanted to wish you. Hello, Hannah. Hello, girl. I love you. I would have Presley say he loves you, but he only says one thing, and that's it. My brother drove for 40 years.
Well, BB, I could only handle 25 years of it.
I worked at the salt mine 45 years. I've been with Sharon on some trips. One was a disaster. We went to Austin.
It was funny. We passed the Lexus car lot 3 or 4 times. She said, I think we're going around in circles. I said, I know we're going around in circles because I couldn't find this place.
It was Circuit City.
I finally got a hold of somebody that was working. What it was a brand new Circuit City that we were bringing products to them to fill their store with. And they had to tell me how to get there, and it was right across the interstate from the Lexus.
We finally got there. They didn't have the signs up for it or anything. It was just like an empty warehouse, and they were turning it into a circuit. And we were supposed to be meeting a friend. That's the bad part. We never got to meet her because we spent 5 hours driving around looking for it. And I used to take my Pekingese, 2 little Pekingese, Chloe and Barbara, and they would look out that little window.
Yeah.
They could see out. They loved it. They loved riding in that truck.
Yeah, you spent the whole night, and I took her back home so they got me back through. Sometimes you can't just turn around and go back home, but it was my home time ready to come in. That was my load to go home. So. And
Sharon went to Dahlonega. She met me. I remember where I picked you up at. I picked you up in the car, but you were at a truck stop. And you rode to Dahlonega with me. And I spent the night. And then the next day we stayed in Jackson, Mississippi because of that song by Johnny Carson, Jackson.
You went to Georgia, didn't you?
Yeah, but I mean, coming back to Texas, we stayed in Jackson with the dog, with Keith.
Yeah. You picked me up
I picked you up in Dahlonega, but you didn't get to go to Lynn's house with me. That pissed me off. So I picked her up, and we stayed in Jackson, Mississippi. And believe me, there are no good motels in Jackson. If there are, we didn't find them.
We didn't find them.
No, they're terrible. They were all terrible.
I wish we could do it again,
Mm-hmm.
but since you know, you gotta have a physical on your driver's license now, or they take your CDL away from you. They took my CDL away from me because I didn't want to spend $150 for before physical to put on my license. Because what got my license was when
Yeah, tell him about the railroad.
I ran
crossing.
over a railroad crossing. It was coming down when I was crossing the tracks, and it broke the arm off, and I just kept going. But needless to say, they got cameras on them crossings, and that's a federal offense, and I didn't know it until it was too late. And I got a ticket, paid the ticket, and they took my driver's license. But I got my Class A back, my Class C back. Well, yeah, I got Class C.
And we are going to Clear Lakes to see our copper burning meth head friends. And I'm going to ask them how strong of a junkie you would have to be to do a gram of meth a day,
Yeah.
pull stick. You're talking to two fucking meth heads from the goddamn 60s. So don't be trying to tell me how to do it, you ignorant fool. You need to quit drinking, because the more you drink, the dumber you get, if that's possible. You and Maria handle a little Cuban invasion. That's cute. That's cute. I go by the old saying by Napoleon, even though he was a loser like you. He said, if your enemies are fucking up, don't mess with them. Let them go ahead and do it.
And by the way, Miami is not all that. I've been to Miami enough. Last time I was in Miami, I had police escort down in there because that was when O.J. Simpson had his little trial or something, whatever it was. But they were having the blacks they were all getting wound up, and it was causing controversy with the truck drivers. So we all had to they took 5 trucks down into Miami at one time, and then they escort us back out and take 5 more in. That was the worst damn day of my life. But it took all day long. But that's what they did. But Miami, it ain't nothing but trash, really, especially how I live.
So quit telling everybody to come to SoFlo, because nobody wants to go to SoFlo, buddy. And if you want to shut me up, you better quit issuing threats. You better get on your little pull stick and ride to Texas and make me shut up, pussy boy. Punk.
I don't think you can.
No, I don't think it ain't been done yet. I'll tell you what, I've had bigger and badder guys than him try it, and they ain't never shut me up yet. None of them have.
She loves how you say
Maria! That's Jesco. Give me my pills. I got to shake my pills for my hillbillies. Jesco! All you wonderful hillbillies that I stick up for and ride for day and night, rednecks, white trash, trailer trash, Trump 2024. I wouldn't trade a pimple on any of your asses for one of these goddamn worthless bottom feeders of them fucking mob pussies. None of you. I stick up for hillbillies. I'm proud to be white. I'm proud of my fucking race. I don't want no race card people in here. I am white and I am proud of it. I'm a Trump supporter. And I want to mention a little tattoo thing that's going on with Argo. Not that it's any of my business, but I'm just going to tell you what I think about it. I have a Trump tattoo. If I've showed it once, I've showed it 100 times. Do you think anybody would tell me to cover that Trump up? Never. If you have a tattoo, it's usually personal. Mine are. Got one of my dogs on there, my Pekingese. I would say go fuck yourself. I'm wearing this tattoo, and if you don't like it, get over it, motherfucker, because this is my tattoo. This is my body, and I'm not covering anything up. But that's me, and I've already proved that I have more character and more thoughts than any of these mob pussy guys do. Any of them. Oh, I got to guess. Let me see who it is. No. Sorry, Jan, you ain't coming up. And but I do want to tell you, Jan, that I got the birthday card and the letter. I still love you, but I'm not going to deal with you anymore. I can't do it. I spent 4 years dealing with you, doing one ass stupid thing after another. You're spiraling. You need to get help. Telling you that from love. You're not coming on here. I'm not unblocking you. I just want you to know I did get the letter and the birthday card. A lot are closed. Yeah, a lot are closed. Hey, Gina, it's Hannah. Oh, hi, Hannah. Already read that. Jen tried to get on here, but I'm not going to mess with her. Jen, go hang out in the Durkeyverse. They might have fun with you over there. How about that? Why don't you go hang out with the Durkeyverse or the Creek Squad or the Workyverse or somewhere else, because you have wore your welcome out with me. Hi, Mojo Rising. Mojo Rising. We need to tell about some stuff we did together.
Like, what would you like to tell?
About the rake lady, of course.
Go ahead.
Well, she was there and Sharon had a gun. Thankfully, I didn't have mine with me. That's probably what got us out of there alive.
Yeah, telling you.
We were partying with a guy I work with, a black guy. And so his family had some money. They had some oil shit. In fact, his brother got drafted 4th to play for the San Diego Chargers. So I knew him good. He worked at the salt mine with me. I trusted him. And I kind of had hots for an uncle he had. So Sharon, Kathy, who was passed, our best friend, and Pam.
And Pam.
Pam's gone now too. So we all went over there to party with them. I didn't even know where I was. I could not find that house today if you had a gun at my head. I have no idea. It was somewhere out there by Holly Lake where the witch used to live. It's somewhere out in that area. So we get out there, we're partying, the music's playing. Sharon wound up with somebody, Raymond. You wound up with a guy named Raymond. And Kathy got with the guy that owned the house, Napoleon. Or was it Pam that got with him? I think it was Pam.
Oh, no, they had them all.
Anyway, the guy that I went out there to see, Jan Pat, we never did get together. It was just a big mess. Well, all at once, we heard this woman screeching and yelling and hollering outside, beating on. I know you got white women in there. I know you got white women in there. And that bitch was mad. So we didn't know what we were going to do. We were trapped. So anyway, my friend from the salt mine went out and picked her up and carried her over his shoulder and threw her out in a ditch or somewhere. And we made a run for it. Us white women made a run for it. And Pam couldn't find her fucking car keys. So we're thinking this bitch is going to come back with that rake. Sharon had a gun in her purse and pulled it out and said, everybody stand the fuck back till we find these keys. And we found them. We got in the car. We made a getaway. Well, we didn't get out alone because we had this Raymond dude with us that she had snagged. So Raymond is telling us where to go and what to do. So we go to this person's house that we didn't know at all. And they were having a poker game or something. We walked in there, all 4 of us white women with Raymond and Sharon, and it was a white family. It was Raymond's boss or something. He looked at it and said, where'd you get them white women at? And we said, Grand Saline. He started laughing his ass off. Sharon messed with him for a while, didn't you?
No, we were just friends.
Okay, just friends. I got it. Just friends. But anyway, I didn't get the man I wanted at all, Jan Pat. I missed out on that little trophy. But then Napoleon got with Pam. And I can talk about Pam and Napoleon because Napoleon's in prison for robbing a woman and trying to kill her. And Pam is passed. So this Napoleon supposedly had never had sex. Never. So Pam took care of him. And we were all watching through the door. We had the door cracked open and was watching him. Come to find out, he was a real bad guy. A real bad guy. He could have killed all of us. He was having a damn fit when Pam and that guy went off, and he made us stay outside in February on a damn bet. Wouldn't let us in the house. But I'm glad that he didn't, because he might have took care of us. He wasn't afraid to handle what he had to handle.
Yeah.
What else did we do? You remember the meth head people. You've been out there around there.
Enough of them meth heads out there. I'm telling you. Damn near all of them are dead, though.
Yeah, they've all died too.
Yeah. Well, we've only lived one.
Well, Connie's still alive,
Well,
but
there's
she,
2 or 3 of us there.
Connie changed from meth to downers, to heroin. So all she does is night off. I can't stand people at night off. I won't talk to them. I'm for the high-speed chicken feed type people. And if any of you stupid people that make fun of me where I don't have a filter on, I never, never, never use an avatar. I'm 73 today. I want any of you fucking chicks or men, either one, to get on here and show your goddamn face or keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it. Do it or shut up. And Pool Stick, you want me to shut up? You're going to make me? Well, get your ass here to Texas. Same way with you, Bambi. People been sending me clips of you trying to bring my name up. Only thing I want you to do is show up here in Texas with about 200 flyers, because you're going to need that many, because the telephone poles are few and far apart, and post all them goddamn flyers you want to post. I promise will be no cops called. But I don't have a problem with you, so you better be real careful what people are telling you, because they're trying to tell me shit too to get me fired up. I don't go after people unless I have a reason. And actually, it doesn't do any good, because the people are still in there with FBS kissing his fucking ass, and they're still in there fucking around with Pool Stick. So what good does it do to tell people the truth?
The only time I got arrested, I've never got arrested for drugs, but over that damn 2 cans of beer was enough, and for suspended license years ago when I was 20-something years old. But I never, ever got arrested for drugs.
But the time you got arrested for assault,
And
the
assault,
victim had to be there. FBS, newsflash. The victim has to be there.
Yep.
I told that fucking DA and I can't remember that damn woman's name. I said, you'll take this thing to trial by your goddamn self, because I'm not testifying to nothing. I'll sit there and agree
People
with
don't
everything you
understand when
said.
you testify against somebody, they can kill you. They come back kill you. Get it over with.
Yeah, there are shit stirs, because I had 2 people send me clips of Bambi. I've never watched her damn channel ever, not one time. Never had no problems with her. Don't want to deal with her. Period. The flyer thing is a joke. That wouldn't even upset me. I would welcome it. I want her to come put flyers, because my business is.
I want to see Pool Stick to come up here with a pool stick.
I do too. You like beating women, Pool Stick. And you
You
know
like
I can take a beating. You showed my damn picture, so you know I can take it. So come on with it. Come on with it, pussy boy, punk. Tell some prison stories that somebody can believe. It's awful funny you're avoiding all them prison stories, isn't it? Isn't it, Pool Stick? Isn't that weird how you don't want to talk about your prison stuff? And don't worry about my grandma meth. It ain't none of your business. It don't affect you. I don't talk about your stupid ass family. Never have, never will. I don't care about people's families. I don't drag them into my shit.
We don't even talk about your little pee-pee.
Oh, and we could, and I want to post them pictures so bad. But you shouldn't be grabbing your junk ever. Because
He ain't got no junk.
he ain't got no junk in his trunk. Is there anything I don't know? I'd like to see her come to West Virginia and pull that shit. I'd like to see her come anywhere. I did my hillbilly thing. Sophie, you don't stick up for the hillbillies strong enough like I do. I stick up for my hillbillies no matter where I'm at, because I am one, and I'm proud of it. So proud, because these other people act like such idiots. That is showing class. I know. And if I was ever going to go after anybody's family, it would have been Maria, because she posted my granddaughters for no reason. But I'm not going to go
But
after.
she's Pool Stick's angel.
Yeah, they're the Cuban invasion. Let them see how good they do with each other. Because the people that don't hate Pool Stick hate her, so that ought to leave a 0 following. And I noticed she jumped off his panel when he was bad-mouthing Heidi the Gap poodle kicker. She's probably getting her ass chewed out by Heidi, because she wants Heidi to be a witness for her. See, I'm independent, like independent truck drivers. I do what I want to do, say what I want to say. I don't have nothing to hide, never have, never will. Some of these damn women running their mouths about me want to get up here, and they're in my, even the ones that aren't, even the 30-year-olds, get up here and take your fucking filter off. Let's see who can do the most jumping jacks.
Sophie, we'll be waiting for that. Watch for that. We'll be watching for that.
Thank you, Sophie, because I would expect more backing. I don't know why everybody's so worried about this racist thing. I am white and I'm proud, and I'm not apologizing to anybody for that. And I'm not apologizing for being a hillbilly, because I'm proud of it. I'm very proud. Who needs to be apologizing as these stupid mob cop callers that call a cop and make up and spread blood around their face and don't know enough to show up for a goddamn hearing, thinks the state's going to take it over? You ain't nobody. Who the fuck cares? Probably after they talk to you on the phone, they say, go ahead, he deserved it. Proud of my Southern roots. Well, you need to stick up for it more too, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I stuck up for you against that stupid FBS more than you did. There is a lot of bullshit, but I'll tell you what, the Durkee verse is the best one I've found. Redneck and proud. Absolutely, Miss Can't Be Wrong. And don't let these fucking race baiters make you scared to say it. I ain't scared of none of them. I heard fucking Whoopi Goldberg a clip because I don't watch The View. She said, well, you don't know what it's like to be black. Well, guess what, Whoopi? You don't know what it's like to be white. So shut your fucking mouth. Goddamn people with their pronoun shit and all that stuff. I'm not doing it. I'm Trump proud. I'm white. I'm a hillbilly and I am proud of it. And none of these goddamn people are going to make me feel sorry about it. None of them.
Nope. Okay, what's next?
If anybody's an animal abuser, like the Gap, I may post a picture of the Gap. I bet that poodle ran right straight through it. I bet Sharon could have backed a truck up in her Gap. Probably turned it around and come back out.
Yeah. Just like a pull stick says, I could drive a truck up his ass, turn around,
Yeah,
and come back out.
that's right. You ain't gonna do nothing with that junk he's got. I'll tell you that. I could use that. That would probably go in this straw hole right here. Probably go right in there.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, pull stick, shut me up, motherfucker. I got that clip. Shut me up. Do it. You ain't gonna worry about me calling no cops. Come and shut me up. Try it, because I've had way bigger men than you try to shut me up. And Sharon can testify to it, and the people to Salt Mine can testify to it. Nobody's done it yet. Nobody. And nobody's went to jail either. The cigarettes people smoke, bet the tobacco came from my family. Probably could have. Tell them where the cheapest state to get cigarettes is.
They ain't none anymore.
Well, where were they?
Used to be Virginia, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Missouri. Ain't none of them cheap anymore. Government's taking that through the roof.
Through the roof, baby! Idiot. God,
Oh, you forgot to slap something.
yeah, gotta slap something. Then holler about a tragic. I'm not even gonna mention the child no more. I'll be like him. And he's an idiot for doing that. Bringing up that innocent child. Baby, you're such a clown. I don't know how you ever got a woman or a man.
Well, it's
What
like
an embarrassment.
Oh, another thing. That's what I wanted to say. You women out there that are sporting men, y'all stupid. And the man's supposed to be the breadwinner of the house, even though me and Terry supported a few of them.
You better believe it. I've supported a bunch of them.
And the men's supposed to be the breadwinners of the house. What is it with y'all wanting y'all's man to be on the internet 24/7 while y'all are supporting their stupid asses? Y'all are more stupid than they are, you ask me.
Yep. And especially when they're on YouTube acting like fools.
Yeah.
And you don't come in there and say, look, I'm embarrassed by this shit. This is him, not me. Ain't none of you saying that. None of you. None of you. You should be embarrassed of the way they act, not promoting it.
But that's bullshit. That's just, you're stupid. That's all I can say about the women.
Hey, I've been stupid. I've
Now, I
supported
can
them.
understand if the guy has a handicap or something like that, supporting him, yeah. But the government will support him too.
My man don't want nothing to do with YouTube either. In fact, I ain't going to have him now because I'm going to try to just be with Paul.
Of course, simply, we know what you're talking about, Sophie. But I'm talking about Bull Stick has Tina to support him. And I don't know who the other
Don't
one was.
say names. Well, I don't want you to talk.
Well, it's a mistake. But it said, yeah, take it back. But you know what I'm saying. All these guys.
It don't matter because some of them worthless women are worthless
Yeah.
too. They don't work. They're equals. They need to get out and learn how to run a truck stop, run a lot lizard business. I have men that come by here, and if this YouTube thing's on, they leave. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. I ain't even really sure how much Paul likes it, but it is what it is. He sees me, and I can't do nothing about it. I cook and clean and look after him properly. I understand what you're saying, Sharon. That's what Sophie said.
I mean,
But there's too many worthless women in here to really just put it on a man because there's fucking women and them bottom feeders like Maria that doesn't do nothing but stay online 24/7 and run her stupid mouth and post people's kids, and she's in that chat hiding everybody. My chat has freedom of speech.
yeah, BB, they do have, there's a lot of men talking about having sex with other men on the internet.
Yeah, there is a lot of that gay talk going on. I've been with a bunch of men. I ain't never heard of them talk about bending people over and shit like that. Yeah, you can always blame the man. Absolutely. And these women are good at it. They're good at playing victims. They can yap, 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 run their mouths at men all day long. I run my mouth at Pool Stick, whatever he says back to me, I've got coming. I don't cry and say, oh, did you hear how he was talking? I don't care if he talks about my fucking breast hanging to the ground and Rolex nibbling on him and stuff. I just think he's a fool. I'm not going to say it, for doing what he's doing right now.
Study wiener.
Yeah, that's right. I tried to study this. I tried to study his wiener, Miss Can't Be Wrong, but I wish I need to post them anyway.
You can't study his wiener because he
Can't see it.
He's
About
got great.
maybe. And I don't know if it's hard. I don't know if it had to be hard, because if it was soft, you couldn't have seen it at all. But while he was up jumping around through the roof and doing that, it's pathetic. I heard Ann Graham is getting it. Yeah, I heard that too. I wonder if it's true. You think there's any truth to that, Sophie? I can't understand a word she says. It's a waste of time, me even trying to listen to them. It's a joke. I can't understand them. I wouldn't blame him if I don't know nothing about her damn marriage. I'm going to stay out of it. I don't know nothing about it. I seen it on Bottom Feeders. I don't know if it's true any more than you do. I can't believe she'd be on there all calm and collected talking about it if it was true, because even men I hated when I got divorced, I was upset. Big time. I'd try to get them new girlfriends jacked up every day. Every day. I'd make up stuff. I told Brianna's dad, I said, that damn bitch you're with keeps calling me. And bye. She hadn't called me one time. I just told him that. He went and sent her back to Pennsylvania. She announced it herself. Okay, if she announced it. Ooh, this candle smells so good, Tammy. Can you smell it? Smelling great.
Yeah, I smell it now.
Ooh, it smells good. She was drunk off her ass last night when she was talking about it. I don't drink. I'll tell you, I drink that wine, that sweet bitch wine, and you can ask Sharon. I got
That's
3
very
bottles.
good.
I haven't even touched it. I have to do my gram of meth a day.
So they say.
So they say.
I want some of it.
Nope, I don't share. Never have been a person that shared that stuff.
I'll get Presley to go get me some.
You might better get Hyena. She's been around. Well, I don't know. Presley knows a few of them.
Harry used to have dope dogs big time.
Oh, yeah.
He could sniff out marijuana quicker than anything.
You know how these cops have these big dope dogs, right? Cadaver dog. You ever seen them find a body? Hell no. It's a hunter that finds a body. So I was with Nancy on 80. This Bradshaw guy, he's already been arrested for being a crooked cop. He pulls in there with his little SWAT team. We all get asked to sit down or lay down or what the fuck ever. Everybody in that house was a felon but me, all of them. I thought, oh, wow, my luck's run out. I'm going to jail this time. They had the dogs and they tore shit up and they looked around. They couldn't find nothing. So this Bradshaw says, you're just a bunch of junkies, aren't you? We said, yeah. He said, well, we ain't gonna fuck with you. So they left. Well, there was, I don't know how much pot, and pot is illegal in Texas to this day, and it was really illegal back then. The dogs didn't find it. It was right in between the mattresses, and there was a guy cooking meth in the driveway in the back of a U-Haul trailer. That's how good these dope dogs and these cops are at finding shit. That was my one big chance I could have been in a big drug roundup. Well, I had a Pekingese named Chloe. Sharon had a brother named Troy, an older brother that's passed. And he was a snack cook, a legitimate one. So he'd come over to see me, and Chloe didn't like people as good as Presley. She didn't like anybody. She'd get up on Troy's chest and sniff and dig at his pockets and shit. And I said, you got some dope on you? He said, no. I said, yes, you do. That dog smells it. I thought about selling her to the cops to be a dope dog. Are you saying that in order to see Flo's number, you need a pair of tweezers? Absolutely, Brenda. I got the main crotch shot of him. And it was so obvious. He had like a silk thing, and I swear you could barely tell. You could tell he was circumcised kind of, but it was small. It was real small. And then I got another one. Somebody sent me another one. I bet maybe, I don't even think 2 inches. What do you think, Sharon?
Not even two.
No,
One.
he ought to be sitting down behind that desk and not be flashing that junk to nobody. What are you and Tammy planning on doing, Miss Can't Be Wrong? Going in they're planning on doing an RV trip. That's true, Brenda. I've got them, but I'm kind of scared to post them.
Miss Can't Be Wrong says, I want to do a road trip for a 50.
I read that.
That would be fun to do it with.
You ain't even 50 yet? I'm so much older than all you women. It's sad.
I mean, just a hair older than me. I'm catching up with you, so don't stump your toe.
Yep. Me and Sharon had some partying downtimes, I'll tell you that. Big parties. We went to a horse sale that never existed for 2 years. For 2 years. We said, oh, we're going to the horse sale tonight on a Saturday. We wouldn't come back till fucking Sunday afternoon. There never was no horse sale. Oh, you're only going to be 50. You're just a real young kid. Miss Can't Be Wrong. I'm so much of a grandmother to all of you. Hand me that dog.
Oh, yeah, you want me to get bit.
He can't bite you. Yes,
Hey, that one tooth is dangerous.
Are you funny?
Hey, you little shit. Stop it.
Presley.
Oh, he bit me twice. That one tooth hung me.
This is a mob dog. You little pussy mob guy. You look at a real man. Look right here. He don't take no shit off nobody. He handles his business, don't you? Yeah, you do. One eye and one tooth.
And a bad attitude.
Annie Trump, 2024.
If you just leave me alone, I could sleep.
Yeah,
all
he's
day.
mad because we ain't letting him sleep. I know it. Oh my God. Just so you know, empty ass, you have to show up in court, idiot.
Well, BB from Virginia, 73 in September.
Are you, BB? Hallelujah. 70s. If you live to your 70s, it's wonderful.
Doing great.
It's wonderful, people. Wonderful. 73 in September. All right. Good for you, BB. Good for you. I made it till today, and I'm glad I'm 73. But if Trump wins this election, and he will in a landslide if they don't steal it, I'll be happy to go to the whatever, because I don't believe in God, but wherever you go, I'll be glad to go if Trump's in charge. My dogs are all where they're supposed to be, and I have them with an attorney. Some of my old dogs, I just can't leave them because they take too much time. And I'm going to really get off here because I'm kind of hungry. And we're going to put this cake on the recipe show that we do. I tried a new cake. Instead of doing the one I always do, it's a Jell-O cake. Confetti cake mix, raspberry Jell-O. You poke holes in it, and the icing is whipped cream. Oh my God, that cake is to die for.
Yep.
So this time I got a chocolate cake, dipped it, put holes in it, put the raspberry Jell-O in there, and put cream cheese icing. And it's delicious too. We may do a mukbang eating that. Oh, and if anybody has a Sonic, go there. They got this pulled pork barbecue that is wonderful. I want to see you sticking up for the hillbillies better. I'm tired of being out here on the front lines, me and the whites handling all this hillbilly hate that gets thrown around. This chocolate cake, baby, with a jelly in it, ask Sharon.
It
tastes like red velvet. It does, and it is so moist. Oh my God, it's good. Let me go get a piece. You talk to them in a minute. I'm gonna get a piece. Don't let my dog bite you.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna cut a piece, bring it in here.
She's gonna bring a piece in here, so everybody hang on. She's gonna bring a piece to make it and enjoy it all. Come here, don't you jump off that bed. Come here. Come here. Get over here and shut up. You see a poodle? See the poodle? Look. Having all of the poodle over here. She will worry. She'll have her blast today. She's gonna get her a piece of that cake. It was bad. I felt sorry for her because she had to go make her own cake yesterday. But we were experimenting on it yesterday. There she comes with it.
It's still good. It's still good, people. Here it is. It's a chocolate cake. And when it gets done, you let it cool and you poke holes in it and you put raspberry jello in there. And here's the cream cheese.
But she put the cream cheese dress on it instead of the Cool Whip.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's good.
But it tasted just like a red velvet.
Yes, it's delicious. And that jello, there's something about putting that jello in there. Thank you, everybody. I am having a happy birthday. I'll be happier yet with Trump 2024. God, this cake's good. It made it so moist. And that jello gave it a, well, you can't really see the jello when it's in a white cake. You can see it, but it's full of raspberry jello. See where it's darker in the middle? God, it's good. Well, Pooh Stick, I'll be waiting for you to show up. Pussy man. FBS, you have to show up in court. It's not up to the court people to tell you.
So you done screwed yourself on that.
Yep. And you might as well quit whining about it because there was no mishandling. And go ahead with your civil suit. Lawyer's going to be real happy with that. Quit asking people to come to your house. I'm asking Pooh Stick to come. I don't want that fucker to show up.
He's scared. He ain't gonna come.
Hell no. He probably can't leave Florida. He's probably got an ankle bracelet on. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Tell them bye, Sharon.
Bye, y'all. See y'all in the other rooms.
Bye-bye.